This is frozen. Hold on. Why is it froze? Hey, world. What's up, Caesar? Okay. You are moving around, Rex, and you are frozen over here. Stand by. I'm having technical difficulties. Welcome to the stream, everybody.
Starlink cannot come fast enough.
Oh my god. No idea. You do have an idea, but it says we have 0 viewers, but we've got 1 person in the chat, so. Oh, there it is. Upcoming event. I have it set for another time. Oh no, we're up there. We're live. But you're not moving. Why aren't you moving? Rex is here, I swear. I can see him.
I'm here. I'm somewhere.
Come on.
Like 1,000 miles away from you.
Yeah, I know, it's really far. There we go. Why is it frozen on that? Sounds like an echo. Hi, Joel. Thanks so much for joining. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we are live, confirmed.
Cool.
But, okay, so you're not moving, but I can hear you. Can everybody else hear Rex?
We don't need to see me move.
Okay.
That's no big deal.
You're just going to be still and have looking down at your phone like you're very, I don't know. Anyways, everybody, welcome to the stream. Jessica Kirsch here. Sorry for the echo. I'll figure it out another time. Today is a really big day, and I wouldn't even know about this day if it weren't for my friend Rex Litwiller. Correct? Rex.
Correct.
Rex Litwiller of whom I met on Twitter, and I've done a stream with him before, and I'll post a link to that below in the description once the stream is over. And today we are talking about a company called Aptera Motors, and I'm just going to kind of let him talk about what's going on today because it's a big day. So, Rex.
Yeah, it is a big day. Yeah, today is the day that Aptera is unveiling the very first solar electric vehicle, and it will be available to pre-order at, I believe, 4 p.m. today Pacific time. It's a pretty wild-looking car, three-wheeler. It's basically shaped like an airplane, and you can get it with solar as standard for the roof and actually on the dash as well, and then you can add on solar for the hood and for the hatchback to add an additional over the original or the standard solar, I think 20 miles or so. You can get another 24 miles worth of range per day by adding some extra solar, and it's really kind of it's an amazing vehicle because it's breaking a lot of the barriers that a lot of EVs seem to be hitting, which for one, and probably most important, is range. Even the Tesla Model S max range right now is just a hair over 400 miles, which is pretty good, but that's as far as we can get.
Mm-hmm.
So the Aptera, the longest range will be 1,000 miles of range, and for a price that is reasonable for that, that 1,000 miles, which is, I believe, $46,000 starting price, and all the way down to the 250 mile range version, which starts at 25,900. So, and there's 2 other mile variants in between. One is 400, that starts at 30,000, and then one is the other one is 600 miles, and that starts about $35,000. So, kind of a big day for sure. exempt from some of the things that four-wheeled vehicles have to comply to. Um, yeah,
Is it an
it's a special vehicle for sure, and I think will kind of leapfrog us into the next technology era with cars.
Yeah. So, if, or for the viewers right now, I've just put two PNG images of the renders of the vehicle underneath the video that is playing. This video is actually it's a promo video for the vehicle. And so this is a new category of electric vehicles. And it's, as far as I know, it's called SEV, so solar electric vehicles. And from what I've read, they're calling it the Never Charge, or is that just a marketing?
No, that's what they're calling it. I mean,
The Never
it's
Charge.
their marketing terminology, of course, but yeah, never charge because you can get, even in Michigan where I was up until about 10 days ago, you can get an average of 25 miles of free solar mileage per day. So,
Wow.
in California, it's going to be somewhere closer to about 35 per day on average, and that's throughout the entire year.
Put this up here. I really wish that you would be moving right now. I'm sorry I didn't work out the kinks. It's not your fault. Live with stand by, please. Let's see, Rex. Talking Aptera. Okay, so you yourself have placed a pre-order, correct?
That's right, yeah.
And how long have you been following this company?
Well, I started following the company back, I believe, in 2008 or 2009 when they first started up.
Mm-hmm.
They had a few different models at that time, um, and they were basically going after the X Prize,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a diesel version, a gas version, and an all electric version. Um, and I believe the gas and the diesel were both hybrids, but the electric only had about a 100-mile range.
Okay.
And they essentially what happened was they didn't make the $400 million loan that they were trying to make happen to bring the company to fruition, and so they basically liquidated. Um, they sold out, or the company basically sold their their IP to a Chinese firm,
Oops.
and
Coming back.
the Chinese firm didn't really do anything with it, and then the Aptera guys purchased it back, and now they're back basically, and they kind of announced this vehicle a little over a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
The solar, well, it didn't have solar on it at the time. They were just claiming 1,000-mile range
Okay.
electric vehicle. So the solar was kind of added in later.
I'm going to pause this really quickly because I think I can get you moving. So for people on the stream, please hang out. We're going to come right back. We do have to wrap in the next half hour, but this is a big day, and I just want him to be able to move on the screen, and because he's like the star of this show. So just stand by. I'm going to pause. Here we go. Okay. How do I see the previews? Preview, string preview. Okay. Save changes. There we go. Sounds really cool. Can you see that? Oh no, you can't see that chat because we're here. Okay, we are actually, sorry, we're back. I know this is trying to fix something really quickly. Here we go. Okay, we're in Discord. it worked. Okay, here we go.
Great.
Oh my gosh, yes, he's moving. Okay, I'm gonna pat myself on the back. Yay! Okay, so, whew. Joel says, thank you, Rex, for the info on the new vehicle. Sounds exciting. And he asked if you purchased a vehicle on their website. And I sent the aptera.us/shop. But it will not be open to the public until 4?
Until, I believe, 4 p.m.?
So 27 minutes from now.
Yeah.
Is there a projected timeline for when it will start production?
Yeah, production is supposed to start middle of next year, with deliveries coming later in the year.
That's fast. So it
Pretty fast compared to a lot of, prototypes, being shown.
Yeah, I'd say. So you said that the ranges are 400 miles and then there's 1,000 miles, right?
There's 250.
Okay.
Is the base price. So the base price is $25,900.
Okay.
For a 250-mile range, which is very reasonable.
That's insane.
Considering all the other vehicles that have a range, around that, which cost a fair bit more and don't have to run.
Right.
So yeah, it's 250, 400, 600, and 1,000.
Wow. Okay. So there's quite a few.
Yep.
In terms of weight, do you happen to know what the weight is?
Yeah, the weight is, I believe they said 1,800 to 2,200, depending on battery size.
Okay.
And I mean, there's actually quite a few options as well. You can get it with just front-wheel drive, or you can get it with all-wheel drive, and it's not slow either, which is pretty incredible. It's the slow model will have a roughly 5.5 second 0 to 60 mile per hour time, and the fast one will be about 3.5 seconds 0 to 60 mile per hour time. So pretty fast. If you were to, let's see, we can compare that to, a Tesla Model 3 performance, I believe, is 3.2 seconds 0 to 60 mile per hour time.
Which is like stupid fast.
Stupid fast.
Stupid fast.
It really is.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. And then the safety features. So it's a 3-wheel vehicle. For anybody that has seen the Solo electric auto cycle here in the United States, car in Canada, that's a 3-wheel vehicle, but it has no airbags and there's some safety features. So how does that differ, or are they similar? What would you say?
Yeah, it differs a lot. Aptera, for one, the carbon composite shell, the body of the vehicle, is very resilient to impact. Actually, one of the original videos that I remember watching, they had a body at a demonstration site, and basically they had like a 3.5 pound sledgehammer, and people were just coming up to the car all day, and they kind of taped off a spot where you could hit this car, and people were hitting this car with a sledgehammer all day and didn't make a dent.
Jeez.
So that, for one, is pretty telling on how strong the car is.
Wow.
The other thing is they're aiming for NHTSA safety,
National Highway Transportation
just like a normal
Safety.
car.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it'll have a lot of the safety features that a typical car has. I believe they're actually putting a airbag and a seatbelt in this one as well.
Oh,
So
sweet.
They're not compromising on safety, basically.
So when I hear how lightweight it is, obviously the aerodynamics are, I mean, that's a huge part of it, right? It's a lighter car. I just think about can it be picked up by wind? Can it be can it flip over? Can it fall on its side?
Sure. Yeah. So, the big difference that I see in this vehicle as far as side wind, and I've had to consider this as well because I've built some trailers in the past that have flat sides on them.
Mm-hmm.
They got pulled behind a three-wheel trike, and the gentleman that's pulled this vehicle has had that tip over from a semi passing him.
Oh.
The big difference, though, is that the Aptera doesn't have flat panels on the sides or on the bottom or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a side wind, then the air goes around the vehicle sort of like a ball, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So if you throw a ball, there could be lots of wind coming from lots of angles, but it's not going to have that plane where it can get lifted up like a wing. So there should be no concern about wind tipping the car over whatsoever. It should be actually quite a bit safer than a normal, 3,500-pound car with a flat underbelly.
Okay, that makes sense. Very interesting. And as you're seeing this video play through, it's really it's a very unique shape. But the trunk space, for example, is enormous.
Yeah.
And it carries 2 passengers as opposed to 1. And it looks in the back, now I'm looking at the back wheel, it looks a lot like an airplane. Like a really neat. Yeah. It's very, like it's going to take off. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, the Aptera name means, according to them, wingless flight. So, I believe Steve Fambro, one of the can't remember if he's CEO or what, but one of the guys that started up the company, I believe he's actually a flyer as well.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely got some airplane inspiration to it.
Some aerodynamics. That's super cool. So Joel in the chat, thanks for always hopping in the chat, Joel. You're great. He asks, where do you get it serviced if it breaks?
They talked about that, and trying to recall how they're going to do that. I believe they have you can buy a part, and you can have it serviced by, I think they were going to go with Napa, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember.
That's okay. That's a great answer. I watched a video this morning, and I think it was maybe a month ago that they released. Maybe it was longer. But the right to repair is something that the owner or the creator they're embracing it. So the ability to do remote support for somebody to be able to fix their own vehicle, or they send a part, I think it was within 24 hours that they ship a part to you, and then they will walk you through it remotely, which I think is that's a big deal, because the auto industry, there's still legislation in a lot of states, more states, like more than 40 United States, I would say. I don't know for sure, but it's a majority of the states are still not in favor of the right to repair for automobiles, like self-repair. Like, I do my own oil changes. They don't want you to do that. They want you to go in, to the manufacturer, or the dealership, and pay a fortune, and because that won't void the warranty. Same as goes with iPhones and stuff like that. So the fact that they are embracing the right to repair, I think that's a big deal. So I'm sure they'll have authorized service providers, as well as, remote support, and then they'll probably do something similar to Tesla, I'm assuming, where they send somebody out to your house, depending on where you're located, right? Does that make sense?
Again, like I said, I don't don't know exactly, but I did read about that in in one of their early. Um, I'm trying to remember if it was in their investor relations page,
Mm-hmm.
but that information is out there. It's available. But the main thing that I would say about it is that it's an electric car. It's not really the same as a gas car. So there's going to be a lot of maintenance that just doesn't have to happen compared to a gas car. You don't have oil changes and that kind of thing. So, yeah, I have a feeling it's not going to be that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
But going forward, yeah, the right to repair, that's a big thing on their mind. And they want to make sure actually that you can, if you wanted to upgrade the car, you can do things like that with the Aptera. They're aiming to make sure people can have that freedom to personalize their car and upgrade it down the road. And even so far as to go to when the solar panels are degraded too far, which would be, 30 years probably. Uh, Eventually, when that happens, though, or if they break or something like that, you can remove the old panels, like the whole hatch cover and the hood cover and the roof cover, and you can bolt new panels on with upgraded cells.
Okay. Wow. Th- This is a huge deal. I mean, this is
It really is.
the first of its kind.
It's hidden.
Yeah, it's a hidden
Yeah, it's
treasure.
definitely very hidden compared to other EVs. They don't have a big name yet. It's a startup,
Yeah.
and they've done a great job collecting the money that they needed in their WeFunder campaign. And if you happen to want to still invest in the WeFunder campaign, you can do that right now.
I'll put a link
So yeah, the
on there.
it's man, this is the thing I've been excited for over a decade, and known that basically after the SunPower cells came out with their over 20% efficiency, that it is possible now for solar electric vehicles to be made. It's just when is somebody going to do it? So I'm really really happy to see that they finally came out. Somebody finally came out and made an ultra efficient electric vehicle that has amazing range,
Mm-hmm.
3 times better range per same battery size as a Tesla, for instance.
Wow.
Um,
'Cause
and they're not planning on just making one car, they're planning on other vehicles in the future as well.
So I just typed in Aptera Motors solar vehicle into the Googs on my phone, and literally it's breaking news. 3 hours ago, 5 hours ago, 8 hours ago, 13 hours ago. Within the last 24 hours, this was released as pre-order to investors, and so this is breaking news.
It is breaking today. It's breaking
Today. It's breaking today. Today is the day. It is Friday, December 4th. Yeah, 2020. And Rex is in California now, so it's 3:45 for you there, right? I'm in Arizona, so it's 4:45 here, and 15 minutes it will be available to the general public. I do have a question. Does it plug in? Like is okay?
Yeah, absolutely. There's two different options that they have for charging.
Mm-hmm.
So you can use standard 110-volt AC power, like you have in any outlet in your house.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe they were saying that's 13 miles of range per hour,
Okay.
which is really actually really high compared to a Tesla. I believe Tesla was something around 30 miles overnight. So if you had it plugged in for something like 10 hours, you get about 30 miles of charge at something like 7 or 8 miles per hour.
Okay.
Or it might be a little bit less than that.
Yeah.
So they have that as one option, which will work for most people
Mm-hmm.
because it's so much more efficient with its electricity use.
Yeah.
And then they have DC fast charging. So the DC fast charging will be 500 miles per hour. So if you happen to get the 400-mile range version, it'd be fully charged in an hour, and probably something similar to a Tesla. you'd probably get something like 250 miles of range in 20 minutes or so.
Holy.
It takes a little longer once you get past the initial 85-90% of charge.
So the DC fast charging is that different from 220 or is that the same?
DC fast charging is not the same.
Okay.
It's I believe that's 460 volt AC that gets converted to DC power.
Ooh.
I believe.
Okay.
Don't quote me.
Not quoting.
But
it's all good.
I'm pretty sure that's
Okay.
So they usually go with an amp rating on that.
Yes.
So
Okay.
250 amps of DC charging or something like that.
Okay. Just a disclaimer here, do your own research. We are just discussing based on different sources of information. And he's been following it since, you said, 2008, 2009, 2010. So he's been in on this. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even know about the company. So just based on what I've read and watched over the past month or so since he's introduced me to it, please do your own research. Go to the website, Aptera.us if you're in the United States. And it's A as in Apple, P as in Paul, T as in, what's a T? T as in Travis, E as in elephant, R as in Rex, A as in Apple.us. And you can get all kinds of information there. It looks like, let me refresh, looks like that they're stand by. There's 7 people on the stream. What's up, 7 people? Thanks for joining. I'm so grateful that Rex could be here today and with his time, give his time to us. I dropped his Twitter handle in the chat, so if you want to follow him on Twitter, go follow him at ThinkFab. He's incredibly knowledgeable on all kinds of things, not just about this company. He's a jack of all trades. So if you go there right now, sorry, what were you saying?
And since I pre-ordered, I have a referral code now. They're doing that. So
Ooh.
if you wanted to take 30% off of your pre-order purchase price, you can use my referral. If you follow me on Twitter, you can find it. I've posted a couple of times now the referral code, so you can find me pretty easily. So follow me on Twitter, and I'm always posting things about Aptera. There's whole lot more to say about the Aptera and options, and all sorts of things. And I'll be doing lots of updates, and maybe we can make another video sometime soon and chat more about it. I think there's still a lot of specs and information that haven't been revealed yet that will be revealed after the Facebook Live event at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So also if you want to check that out, the live event, jump on Facebook, follow Aptera, and check out that event at 6 o'clock if you're interested in pre-ordering or even just checking out the options for the car. Jump on, at 4 o'clock, jump on the Aptera.us page, and you can get in there and see what they're doing.
And just to clarify, that's less than 9 minutes from now for the 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and then Facebook Live will be 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is Joel is in Michigan, so you're from Michigan. So what time is it? Will it be in Michigan? The 6 p.m. Pacific.
We're 3 hours behind Michigan, so it would be 9 p.m.
9 p.m. Okay, so then on the East Coast it would be 10 p.m. No, 9 p.m.
No, East Coast. Michigan is East Coast.
That's interesting. Okay. I'm from Indiana where we didn't change our clocks. So. Okay, cool. So thank you so much, Rex. I appreciate it. And
I appreciate you for having me on.
Yeah, and if anybody has any questions once the stream ends, just put them in the comment section below, and they will get forwarded onto Rex. But follow him on Twitter at ThinkFab. And hope everybody has a good day, and we'll see you soon.